we're talking about the styles as well. One org might be strong in one way, another org might be strong in another way.
Yeah.
What what did you appreciate the most when it comes to the styles that were shown throughout the competition?
I appreciated um hmm, I would say I appreciated like the personality and also just like the way they represented their organizations. And in strolling, there's always like movements where you get to do your hand sign. And unfortunately, because of the video, that's all you can see that represents. Usually on a stage, you hear calls, or you hear people from the audience doing the call, or whatever the case may be. So doing your hand sign in the most intricate way. Zeta Phi Beta, they came together at one point with the video, and they would like link that would make it like look very, very cute, for lack of a better term. And also just like I know there was a lot of Afro beat songs that Theta Phi Gamma did that I enjoy personally, because it's just I that's my favorite genre of music right now. Um, um, Keeping someone hyped. So Phi Sigma Chi, they were able to do that, right? I'm just like, okay, 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 let me watch it again, right? Like I see them going hard, and for someone who was just like looking at the video, they'd be like, okay, yeah, they're going in, like this hyped me up. For someone who's judging, definitely need to watch it over and over again to see, what is what exactly are they doing or trying to execute. So they gave me energy. The other sorority, they gave me like a lot of
Alpha
like
Delta Omega,
flow. Sorry.
Alpha Delta Omega. I just want to make
Yeah,
sure.
they gave personality, and they were definitely representing their orgs in the way, because I know they're like an up and coming organization, so they definitely are making sure that, like, to the crowd or to whoever's watching, who they are, and who their mascot is, right? So like the dragon tails in the beginning, I'm like, all right, y'all setting the tone for whoever's watching you, whoever may be your next member, right? So I think that's always important, making sure that you are explicit of who you are within strolling as well, because you could stroll, you could have a great routine, but if you're not distinct about like your organization, or you don't have distinct moves, or you're not doing your hand sign, or whatever the case may be, then you could get lost in the sauce with other organizations or other stroll competitions, stroll shows, Mythic Greeks, whatever you're putting out there, you could just look the same as the next person. But yeah, no, they made themselves really distinct. And I think that goes the same with LAU. I personally, um, and this is just my opinion, but I felt like it was very like Meet the Greeks routines. I wanted more energy from them, but they definitely have their distinct movements with their hand signs. So yeah, no, like they all stroll so differently, and they all have like their own personalities. So yeah.
No, I appreciate you really breaking down everything, because honestly, I thought it was going to be kind of like a just overarching, oh, I enjoyed this. You said, all right, cool.
Mm,
I'm breaking down this person, this org specific thing, this org specific thing. It said, all right, cool. You pretty much painted the
yeah,
picture for everybody, and for those who are Greek, for those who might not be Greek, who might stumble across the videos. You pretty much gave everybody kind of like the easy, too long did you read versions of everybody's kind of thing that made them stand out throughout this competition. So I really do appreciate that.
for sure.
Now,
Yeah.
to wrap this whole thing up, we had mentioned throughout the time, when it comes to Greek unity and just our,
Mm,
the reaches that we have on KSP, I just want to get a couple of like minutes. If you can just talk about like the importance of it and just your thoughts when it comes to Greek unity when it's done right.
I like that you said done right because like I feel like there's a big misconception of what Greek unity is. Sometimes I think people think it's just taking a picture with Greeks, all the Greeks that they know, and just calling it Greek unity. When when Greek unity is done right, it's this, right? It's us having a conversation, networking with each other, doing projects together, even in the most minimalist ways, um, looking out for each other, rooting for each other, even through a pandemic or like in person, right? It's support. And like I said earlier, it's providing constructive feedback. I remember when I crossed and I went to this event that could have been so much better. But when I went to actually have a conversation with the person who like the organizing head of that fraternity and asked to have the conversation and potentially have further like let's talk about feedback. We could probably do this together. They weren't receptive to it. They just had their ego wrapped up into it. And so I think that, yes, Greek life and Greek unity, there's a lot of egos that play a role. And I think when Greek unity is done right, there is no ego attached to it, only like love, support, and just plain humility. My feedback is not to bash anybody, right? And whatever I said here is more so to help them understand, like, we got to look out for each other at the end of the day. And if I'm fake hyping you up, then what kind of person does that make me? So like Greek unity done the right way, definitely. I think it manifests in different ways, especially within the context here, during the pandemic, because we can't be in person. And I think it's been hard for people to get together and do community service together and whatnot, because when you go to community service, it's limited numbers. But yeah, no, I think that we need to come together and supporting one another and reevaluate what Greek unity is.
Mm.
Yeah.
I appreciate all of that as well. So to close that out, if you got any social medias that you want to plug, anything you want to, tell the people, let them know who your, team is, all that type of stuff. You can just plug it real quick.
Yes. Okay. So, like I mentioned, I'm the captain of the national stroll team for Hermandad de Sigma Iota Alpha Incorporada. We are officially called Element. So, if you want to see what we are working on, follow us there. We have a lot in store for you all. Just wait on it. And also, if you want to follow me, I have a curl page, MK_curls. Your girl's curl is drying right now, but it's going to get right later on. But other than that, I appreciate you all for having me, showcasing, Greek unity. I think this is a great example of what that means. And, just continuing Greek life and making sure that people are getting involved even online. So, yeah.
And for anybody who wants to catch any socials, whatever the case may be, that will be in the description down below. Make sure to, just look through, see what's going on with Martha and things that matter. Martha, thank you very much for being with us today. This
Yeah.
is Ian Kelly from Crush the Coast, and we're out.